Just something about urban decay that attracts me, I guess. So I'm back down in St. Louis. So I come through St. Louis now. My mom moved to Missouri, so I drive through here. It's been a few times now since she's been down there. So I've been coming down and just kind of bombing around in St. Louis. If you've seen the last video where I was shooting mostly large format. Today I have the Fuji 6x9 GSW, and I thought it would be really cool to just get some really urban kind of, there's a lot of really crazy urban stuff, kind of like this building in the background, urban decay. And I have some Tmax 400 I'm gonna shoot, and I also have some Rollei Infrared that I want to try out with this camera. And this building caught my eye because there's a bunch of overgrown green grass on the side, or green, I don't even know what to call it, the leaves growing up the side. And a lot of vegetation growing up on the building, and I've got some bright clouds and blue sky. And I just thought that this might make a really cool infrared shot. And so this is kind of the first place that caught my eye. So I stopped here, and I'm just kind of walking around for the day, and I'm gonna see what I can capture. But first, I do have some Tmax 400 in here, and this doesn't have backs, so I have to finish this roll first, but I definitely want to try and shoot some infrared Rollei when the sun kind of beams down on this. But so that's what I'm doing. Oh, and I should mention too, I have the Voigtlander VC Meter 2 to hopefully, like I said, I'm walking around with just the pack on and this little mini cam to film this. So I'm hoping that this will make my work a little bit lighter and faster. So yeah. Like I said, I'm thinking this will look cool. I don't have much experience with the Rollei Infrared, but I do have the R72 filter. So if I can get this, the problem is these trees are kind of in, but if I can get this background in full sun with the light, or the sun hitting the trees, I think that could be really cool. So let's see what we can do. First I'm gonna find some shade to load this film. It says you're not supposed to load it in like direct sun, but I've shot a couple rolls and I haven't had too many problems, but this Missouri bright sun is a little different. So I really like the idea of this kind of decayed building with hopefully some puffy blue skies behind it, puffy white clouds, blue skies. Infrared should make that just go black. And yeah, I just want to see if I can frame it up good. Oh, that looks cool right there too. Definitely gonna have to use a tripod for this one though. And I might have to scrap that shot for now. Sun completely went behind the clouds and might be that way for a little bit. I did want to try shooting this Rollei at 100 anyway, so I might have to stop back here. I think I'll wait it out just a minute. So kind of the problem I'm running into is there's two sets of clouds, but right now it looks good. So I want blue sky over there, and the sun to come out over here. And of course, I always choose like the sketchiest spots to do this, where I'm standing around like a dumbass with all my gear. Well, at least I saw a cop drive by not too long ago. He was kind of looking at me like, what the hell are you doing? All right, here we go. That looks good. Cool. Now I'm just gonna recompose, bracket one more set. So, all right, so I am finally leaving the arch area. Let me turn my, the arch. Man, it just kind of sucks you in. Like, you see all these angles and different things, and I'm gonna run out of film before I actually go to the spot that I intend to shoot at. So I'm gonna head over there now. So I'm just gonna start walking. I wanna get out of this wind though, because I'm not really sure how this is sounding on the mic. Yeah, when we first came here, I kind of ended up over in this abandoned area, and that's where I'm headed to now. And I just like the idea of some of these abandoned buildings and using this Fuji, kind of the super wide. I actually intended to stop in Chicago on the way down because there's some shots I want to get there. And the air quality there was just still really, really bad. So I just wanted to get to fresh air at that point, because as you can tell, my my throat and lungs are still messed up. But I think I'm starting to get better. I don't know, I hope I am. I hope I start to get better pretty soon, because hopefully I'll have a good 4th of July. Going down by Branson, Missouri. Gonna go to Silver Dollar City, ride some roller coasters. Hopefully, if I don't chicken out, but that should be fun. But yeah, I didn't want to run out of film before I actually got over here, and I don't even really know where I'm going. But I'm out of the sun at the moment, so I'm happy. And this is actually the first outing I have taken with this camera. I just got the camera, the Fuji GSW690. It's a 65 millimeter fixed lens, and I really liked shooting with, my Canonette. I really am starting to like the rangefinder style, and especially I find I'm more confident in the focusing for the most part as my eyes, age and progress. I like the split screen in the middle. There's a lot of things about the camera I really thought I was gonna like. The size, it's way bigger than I thought it would be, even though I have seen it in many people's hands going, wow, that's a big camera. I was really shocked that like my Hasselblad actually feels smaller and lighter, especially with the 50 or with the 80 millimeter lens. It feels quite a bit smaller and lighter, but there's still things about this camera that I like. And one of them is kind of with the Canonette, like it's a fixed lens. Like I can't just start swapping lenses. Like I have to make it work. And I like that, because I tend to change lenses like way too much. And so, I mean, clearly there's pros and cons to that, but so far I'm really digging it. I kind of, I do have that Voigtlander meter on it. I picked that up for it. And like I said before, or maybe I cut that out, that meter is spot on with my Hasselblad meter. So I felt very confident coming out here and metering with that the same way I kind of meter with my Hasselblad Prism meter. and with the films that I shoot. Now the infrared's a little bit of a wild card, but I do like the idea of shooting that with the rangefinder, because I can, in many circumstances, especially on this blazing hot sun, I can shoot it handheld. I haven't done a lot of that today, but I clearly can. And I would also like to shoot the Rollei infrared film without an infrared filter and just kind of see what that's like. Shout out to Daniel in Germany. He's been giving me some tips on how he shoots it. He's just made some really, really cool prints. I was really intrigued by what film he used, and he said that the Rollei, I can't say anything, Rollei infrared film is his favorite. And so he said he shoots it at 200 without the R72 filter, and then 400 with it, but he uses through the lens metering. So anyway, yeah, I found that my shadows were a little thin, but of course, like a dummy, I had some expired stuff, and I'm like, oh, I'll test it with that. And I actually shot a fresh roll and an expired roll together, and it was clear that the expired roll was at least 2 stops slower. So that film expired loses speed really fast, apparently. That or I did something really stupid, but that's what it seemed to me. So I had a heck of a time. I actually got this camera like 2 nights before we left, and of course the seals on it were shot. And so I ended up rigging up some seals with foam, like foam quickie pads, and it was a mess. But it sealed good, and I went out and tested some film, and no light leaks, no infrared leaks, and I got that working, and I did a couple test rolls, and then I came out here with it. So, but so far I've liked shooting it, and I like the feel of it. I like pretty much everything about it. So now we are going to head into the unknown here, and this is my intended place back here. So yeah, like I said, I don't know, it's just something about me in like sketchy places that I really like. So we're gonna go back here. I'm just gonna keep my tripod in my hand and yeah, mind my own business and try and get some cool shots. But I like these train tracks and all these abandoned buildings and stuff. So we'll see what we can do. I think it kind of boggles my mind that this is like a block away from our national monument. I don't even know what the St. Louis Arch is. Oh yeah, I can see it from there. I'll probably end up taking more pictures of the arch from here, I imagine. We'll see. One thing I will say with this Voigtlander meter, I'm constantly setting the f-stop and shutter to get the exposure on here, and then taking the picture without transferring it to the actual camera. So I need to stop doing that like right away. That's getting expensive. 11 at 2/50th. I was kind of waiting for the sky to give me a little blue. It was really super cloudy over there. So all right, let's move on. Stuff is so interesting to me. I like it a lot. Yeah, the sun's beaming off those windows, so I want to see if I can retain some shadow detail in the Grunder and all the highlights, and maybe even a little bit of star pattern. I gotta push into this fence to even maybe get some of this barbed wire in there in the foreground, though it will probably be out of focus because I'm focusing, which I don't care, using it more as a framing. And the sun is really bright off that window, but we'll see what happens. All right. There. And that finishes that roll. I will have to say, loading this camera seems to, I like it. I like it a lot. I mean, I hate having to load it as often as I do, only getting 8 frames per roll, but I'm pretty excited to actually see the negatives, huh? Yeah, so I don't know, I think I did a good job with the light seals. I said I used craft foam because I had like a day to get all the gunk out, redo the seals, go test the film, and in the meantime I was dealing with this stupid chest congestion. I cut that YouTube video for framing pictures, had to pack, leave, and I had to finish up a bunch of work for my business, and I was like, this is stupid. But I got it all done, and I'm here, and it seems to be, oh, I'm gonna put this in my pocket. It seems to be holding up pretty good, and I didn't have any light leaks on the test roll, so hopefully all is well. Seems like I'm always waiting on the sun to come up from these clouds. Stay out, sun, stay out. There we go. Now we talking. Sweet. Just something about urban decay that attracts me, I guess. Who'd have thought? This is kind of a cool angle too. Let's check this out. Finally, I should have a minute or two with sun. So, 11 at 1/25 of a second. There we go. Hopefully it turned out. I gotta move on. So many other cool things to take pictures of. Alas, I didn't pack any color film, but I probably wouldn't have shot it anyway. I always pack it and don't shoot it, so figure what the hell, let's just do it in black and white. Maybe a lift print will be in order. Moving on. Still haven't gotten very far. I've gotten like 2 blocks into this whole urban spot. I feel like I could just shoot here for days, but you know, it is what it is. And it's wild. I don't know if you can see that in back of me, but I would not expect to see horses back here. That's pretty wild. But yeah, there's saddling up horses back here in the middle of this. Oh, can you see that? They're right back there. Crazy. Oh man, I am just wiped out. So I think this is where I'm going to actually end the video. I've got a blister on my foot because these shoes just suck. And I've been looking for a better pair. But anyway, I've been out in the sun all day. I got a long week ahead. I'm feeling pretty good about the shots I did get, and I would have to say I'm definitely digging the Fuji GSW690 so, you know, I won't really know until I get some of these shots back how the metering went with this Voigtlander, if that's like I said, Voigtlander VC meter 2 went, but like I said, it did line up perfectly with my Hasselblad meter, so I'm not expecting any huge surprises. I do have to make my way back, so I'm going to probably take some more pictures, but I think I'm done filming just because I am wiped out. So I do hope you enjoyed this, and I do plan on coming back here for sure, because this was a lot of fun. I really dig this. I will probably bring my view camera for some of these train bridges behind me, which are really cool, and I'm just running out of gas honestly today. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed that video. Hit the subscribe, like, and turn the notifications on, and I will try and do some more urban adventures for y'all.